Let me double check. Let me double check. Let me double check. Okay. Hold on. We good. Yo, I don't know what the hell just happened just then. It just kicked us out. That's crazy. That's crazy. We back, Necromancer. Yeah, we like yo, Santi. I don't know what it just did. It just did me dirty. That's absolutely sick. I don't get it. I don't get it. I guess that's the powers that be, right? Y'all want to see the intro again? If you want to see the intro again, just hit me. Hit me. I'll throw the intro on again. I happen to love the intro. Fonz will find his way back in. Everybody will find their way back in. I don't know what the hell happened. Yo, you know what? Let's kick it off again, man. Let's kick it off right.
Presents the featured event of the evening. As tonight, presented Boxing After Dark.
Fight talk, can't hit a thing with the lights off. Can't talk heavy with a light jaw. Fight talk, can't hit a thing when your lights off. Can't talk heavy with a light jaw. Might win, might lose, or might draw. Welcome to the combat talk. Haters in love, but it come back salt. If you really wanted in the ring, I gon' send the contract off, knock his contacts out. You a field mice trying to take a viper. Ain't no competition in the ring of cipher. Cause I'm spitting venom and I'm swinging fire. Talking pickled peppers, make them pay the piper. Cause I might go left like a rude discussion and deflate your chest like a food reduction. You be talking like you want a new concussion. Send a dude a custom attitude adjustment. These are fighting words, better give me that respect that I deserve. For another knuckle sandwich I would serve. Have him tipping, moving like a tire swerve. Out here acting bad, think he Michael Jackson. Even got his one and only homie capping. You a phony homie, now you owe me action. Have him singing Tony Braxton. And then y'all wanna talk for attention, but the fame only lasts for an instant. Mama got hands, so I'm bred for the tension. I'ma leave him red, you can dance to redemption.
There we go. Right back at it. There we go. That's what we talking about. Said damn dudes got bears. I thought dying. Yeah. Okay, yo, music and stuff like that is gonna be up soon. Talking with artists, working on some things. You see exactly what we're trying to craft and what we're trying to do. The merch is going to be up with the Combat Talk shirts. KOS stuff is going to be up. New merch in the store is going to be up. Like it's a work in progress. Everything's a work in progress, but we definitely going to get to that space. I'm going to have the ringtone where you're going to be able to listen to the music, and it's you're going to be able to listen to the track while you're driving. I know that beat knocks, and I know that song rocks, and I know the Dallas spitting is crazy. All that stuff works, man. All that stuff works. Definitely gonna do it. Garcia versus Tank. There we go. There we go. Bed-Stuy. Yo, I'm gonna tell you. I don't know if Garcia. This fight tells me right here if Garcia can actually handle anything that Tank got, because. Do you think Garcia can handle Rolly? Because when they were sparring, Rolly was handling Garcia. So he said I replayed the intro multiple times. That's what's up, man. Nah. I own. Well, ILP owns. We own all our stuff. So don't worry about that. Like we LLC'd, and all of our stuff is TM'd, and You know, we got a team of lawyers. If something goes left and I see something happening and somebody calls my name to something, we'll just put the dogs in them, and that's it. That's stuff that we don't worry about. As a business owner, I know those avenues, and the team is very coherent when it comes to that. We're very protective of the brand, of the stuff that we do. So, let me see. Oh man, what up, Dragonheart? Yo, be my dude, man. Yo, let me tell you something. I have been blessed to meet a ton of people in this community. Fonz, definitely one of you. Necro, you was here, man, automatically, dudes. And I don't want to not say everybody, but Dragonheart Yobi, I can't wait to get to Cali, whatever, so, we could break bread, bro. I really believe that you're one of our shining beacons in this community. Oh, we got 21 watching. That's what's up. Let's get those likes popping. Let's get it popping. All right, so we got the fight before the main event, to be honest with you. And do we want to talk about that, or do we want to talk about Tank versus Garcia? I think Tank pops his forehead off. I really honestly believe Garcia, the animosity Tank has for Garcia because of the exposure Garcia has without doing anything in the game, and Tank had to come up, from the bottom all the way up to the top to become a pay-per-view sensation, a pay-per-view draw. I think Tank really has animosity towards that. It's the same way Tito Trinidad had the animosity towards Oscar De La Hoya. Even though I felt that Oscar earned his bones, but remember, he was the golden one. He was the golden boy. He came from the Olympics, but the role was paid for him. Beautiful looks, this, that, and the third, and supreme confidence in fighting. I thought Oscar matured into the person that he is actually, because in the beginning, remember, he had that weak chin and he would put himself into different positions and get dropped. I think Ryan Garcia is in the same space. I think we have the second coming of Oscar De La Hoya. What I want is for him to have the cojones like Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar wasn't afraid to fight anyone, and I think Garcia needs to stop protecting that O and go for broke, because when Oscar fought Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. and put that work in, I'm gonna tell you, man. I remember me and Cog being in a theater on closed circuit television, and I'm sitting around nothing but Mexicans that were going for Julio Cesar Chavez, and I was going for Oscar De La Hoya. And, I don't care what type of hostile environment. I mean, he's Mexican as well, but remember, he's American Mexican, and Julio is from Culiacan. He's the lion of Culiacan. These dudes is repping him hard. So I was just like in the lion's pit, to be honest with you. So it got really dicey, man. Let me see what's going on. Let me see. Okay, Raymond G, I'm not streaming the match. He said, right, he doesn't have it. He has PSD, yeah. Yo, let me tell you the reason why I think that Garcia is the second coming of Oscar. If you look at Oscar at the same time, at the same age, he looks like him, he boxes like him, and he moves like him, right? He has a left hook, he's fast. He has a lot of similarities to Oscar. Oscar got the extra wrinkle in his game when he went to Floyd Mayweather Sr. and had Floyd Mayweather Sr. teaching him how to do the shell, and how to trap punches, how to catch punches. When he got away from Bob Arum, and he actually got trainers that was going to elevate his game, because he knew he needed other wrinkles, because his defense, his jaw wasn't all that, and he needed the defense to get him to that space. His offense was supreme. Oscar offense was crazy. And if he had Floyd Mayweather Sr. when he fought Trinidad, I think he would have beat my cousin. But the fact that he didn't, and he didn't have that wrinkle in his game, he wasn't going to beat him. Because remember, he was winning the early rounds, but Trinidad just kept coming on and kept coming on. And Trinidad, eked out the fight, to be honest with you. Let me see. Yes, I'm gonna cover the Jake Paul fight, definitely. Okay, thank you, man. Thank you, Edge of the World. Thank you for following. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to talk fights. I'm not going to really talk about the prelims, to be honest with you, because we're here for the main event, but we're here to, do a little bit of fight gossip, do a little getting to know everybody here. Again, remember, I told you drinks is free. Drinks is on me, so go ahead and have a drink. I'm drinking, what is this? This is Bailey's mixed with a little bit of Hennessy. Good. A good taste, a good taste. But right now we have Rocha versus Vernon. I think Rocha is pretty good. I really think Rocha is pretty good. I really think he's a really good fighter. I think he has a good style. I think he's a come forward Mexican, and he definitely has power in his punches. So right now Rocha is he's jabbing his way in, and they're in the center of the ring, actually exchanging jabs and a little bit of right hands. Not too much stuff. Let me see who's that in there. Moseka, Fight Night. Let's go. Let's go. Does Garcia want to be an actual boxer or celebrity? I think he wants to be both. Because why can't he be both? De La Hoya was a celebrity and he was a boxer, right? I know when Oscar saw him, Oscar saw himself. I knew that's how Oscar sold it to him on how to be his promoter. Why? Who else would he go to teach him how to be who he is? I swear, because I was there from the rise and De La Hoya's whole career. When I saw Garcia, I said, "Oh my God, he looks like the second coming of old boy." And De La Hoya had a hell of a run, a hell of a fighter. He earned everything that he got in that ring. I mean, when he beat Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. the second time, I was like, man, this kid is nice. He get off the deck, he got checked. His shorts was a little short for me. It was a little too short for me, but he did that for the movement of his legs because he needed to have that movement in his legs. He always had a perfect stance as far as his balance goes. He has legs a little bit wide. Look at the difference between when he had Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. and Julio Cesar Chavez, Floyd Mayweather Sr. in his corner, and he didn't. You're going to see a huge difference in style and positioning. And after he got that, he lost to Bernard. I think that was a job. I think that was my buddy. Let me put him over because they go into business right after him, Sugar Shane and all that, right? Yeah, okay. Come on. Fighters going to look out for fighters at all times. I'm going to look out for my man. If I'm getting out the game, I'm like, yo, I'm getting out the game. Yo, let's come through. Let me bring you through. You understand? It is what it is. But at the highest height, that's why we want Crawford versus Spence. First of all, they don't like each other. Second of all, Crawford has something that Spence wants, and Spence wants that last belt. I think in that fight, leading up to that fight, we're going to have a good go at it. I think Spence is going to beat Crawford terribly in that fight. Honestly, I don't think it's even going to be a match like people think. I think it's going to be a one-way beating because I've seen a lot of sadistic stuff as far as how Spence handles his business inside the ring. I think the way Spence goes about his business in the ring, if he uses bullet, he's like Tom Brady. Like he writes down stuff that you said, or like Michael Jordan. You said this, I couldn't do this. Oh, you was a Jordan stopper. Okay. And go out there and embarrass you. He did it to every last person that said something. The last one, Ugas trainer said that they're going to break Spence down and stop him. He said, I'm going to break him. And if his face can hold up to it. Oh, and it's going to feel like you're in a second car accident. Stuff like that is detrimental. And he broke Ugas' orbital socket, broke his nose, broke his ribs. He broke Ugas. So Spence is a terrible beast of a man. He's a beast of a man in that ring. Crawford, I don't think he's a beast. I think he has a mean edge, but I don't think he's a beast as far as how Spence goes about his business and breaking people up. Oh, God Doom, what's going on, baby? Yeah, I know I'm talking spicy. I know. Listen, man. If I'm saying something wrong, please check me. Check me if I'm saying something wrong. Give me some facts. Back it up. Because remember, Crawford got dropped by who was that dude that dropped Crawford? Crawford got his chin checked a couple of times, and Crawford, I don't think he takes Spence for 12 rounds, man. I don't think he takes that type of pressure. I really don't. I think, and I had Sean Porter actually winning that fight, to be honest with you. His corner had Sean Porter winning that fight, and his corner told him before he went out there and so-called knocked him out. His father stopped the fight. Porter's father stopped the fight. His corner told him, "You're down," and he went in there and went to work. So, I mean, he does what he's supposed to do. If it's any other fighter, I give Crawford the edge. It's just this fighter right here. Styles make fights, and I think Spence is a super determined type of dude. Like, he's a lunch pail dude. Like, he puts the lunch pail in the middle of the ring, and he goes and does his business. And God forbid you have to work with him in that ring. They told him Sean Porter was going to dog him out, and Sean Porter was unorthodox, and you can't fight Sean Porter fight. He fought Sean Porter at Sean Porter's fight and broke Sean Porter up. Look when he dropped Sean Porter in that 11th round, and he puts his hands up. He looks at him like, I told you I was going to do this to you. Like, Spence is a different type of animal. He comes back from a car crash, and he goes right to Danny Garcia. Now Danny Garcia is talking about, I wasn't right for the fight. Mr. Excuses. Don't make excuses after you get your behind smoked like a cigarette. You got smoked like a cigarette, but then you want to make excuses. No. This is the dude that should have excuses. The guy that got flipped out of a car at 100 miles an hour because he wanted to drive drunk. Let me see. Mean Machine. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, Mean Machine. Yo, all right, so you remember. Now, I'm talking about Gamboa. I'm talking about when Gamboa dropped Crawford. I'm not even talking about Mean Machine. So that's two different people that dropped. What do you think Earl Spence does to Gamboa? What do you think Earl Spence does to Mean Machine? And they talking about Crawford is this second coming. You the second coming of nothing. Like, you the second coming of getting his butt smoked like a cigarette. He's literally going to put him out like a Newport. It's going to be horrible. He's going to try to run for a couple of rounds, but I say after 4 rounds, you ain't going to be there. The same way Earl got Peterson, I think he does the same exact thing. Everybody's all hyped off for what he did to a broken down, beat up Kell Brook. Kell Brook was already smoked after, Earl Spence was finished with him. He was already done. He was already mailed. He was already signed, sealed, and delivered. That was nothing. Come on, man. And he was putting some work in on Crawford too early on. Not saying that Crawford ain't that dude. It's just that one dude that he got to fight. That's why the fight is signed now. They're supposed to fight in November. I can't wait to November. That day, I think I'm going to have a bottle of Moet. I think that day y'all going to see the Versace robe because it's going to be nice and cold. So I can have on the Versace robe and bottle of Moet. I'm going to pop that bottle right there because that's a hell of a fight. That's a generational fight. That's something that you celebrate. That's something that you tell your kids, yo, man, we witnessed history. Like, we witnessed, Sugar Ray type excellence, in that fight. Not saying that this dude is going to be like Sugar Ray. I think Crawford is going to be like Sugar Ray. But I honestly believe that Earl is that guy, man. He's just that strong haggler guy, man. And I thought Hagler beat Sugar Ray, to be honest with you. And that's what made Hagler disgusted with the sport. And he had to go live in France. Let me see, Kell Brook was smoked when Triple G broke him down. He was smart when he fought Triple D. He went up to get the bag from Triple G. He fought the bigger, stronger dude. And his face couldn't hold up. He took too many shots to the face. Remember, Earl broke the opposite side orbital bone. Not the orbital bone that was broken by Triple G. he broke the other side of his face. Okay? So you got to know what type of man you're dealing with. And remember, he was Kell Brook's size. Triple G was bigger. Triple G was a middleweight. Kell Brook is a welterweight. He went up there and he went to test his luck. I mean, Triple G said, go back downstairs and fight those people in your weight class before I break your face again. COVID. Right, who's better? Twin boxer, Jamel. All right, Jamel or Jamal? Who's the better boxer? If you would have asked me this probably 3 years ago, I'd have went with Jamal. Jamel has leaped over his brother. Jamel, because remember, Jamel has the loss, right? And ever since that loss, Derek James, his trainer, got him focused. And I think Jamel, going to get all those belts, has accomplished more and fought some very stiff competition. Who has the best highlights? I think Jamal has the best highlights. Could you imagine being the parents of those two kids that are excelling at the highest level of the sport, or their names are synonymous with excellence? Could you imagine the pride as a parent to have those two kids? I'm glad you brought that whole conversation up to which one is better, because it depends on what you're looking for. But who's more accomplished at this moment right now is Jamel. If Jamal would have got the fight with Triple G, if he would have got the fight with Canelo, he's not going all the way up to fight David Benavidez when he could fight these guys here. But everybody that they did put in his way that was in his weight class, he washed them. He has to take the step forward. I think the Sadecki fight that he's supposed to have next, I think that fight is actually going to be pretty good, and we're going to see exactly where he's at. But we saw more of Jamel than we've seen of Jamal lately, and that has to change. Jamal has to put his foot on the gas. Who I got? Ryan or Fortuna? Jamal has been undisputed, pretty obvious. We here. That's right. Blade X was good. 40 people. Let's get those likes up. 41. Let's go. I got Garcia, but can I see Fortuna dropping him? Yeah, I can see Fortuna dropping him. And Garcia has to just stop thinking. I think his problem is when he thinks. When he wants to be the celebrity. Like somebody in the chat said, does he want to be a boxer? Or does he want to be a celebrity? And I said he wants to be both. He wants to be pretty and knock you out. He wants to be gorgeous and knock you out. He wants a stylish hook to knock you out. He envisions the home run. He's not Derek Jeter, right? Derek Jeter envisions a double that brings Tino Martinez in to win the game. It's a difference in the mentality of the athlete, right? Whereas I think a person like Barry Bonds later on in his career envisioned a home run as the win, right? So I think Ryan Garcia right now has to understand sometimes you have to settle for a bunt or a double to bring it home. And when he gets that, when that clicks in his head that he doesn't have to live on social media and he can live in this sport that any punch can end you, can really put you in a wheelchair for the rest of your life, and he understands that this is very serious, because he knows it's very serious. He's been doing it all his life. When he separates those two, from the showman to the boxer, and just cares about that boxing, I think you're going to see the most dangerous version of Ryan Garcia. That's when he gets that King Ryan Garcia, because he got King Ryan Garcia now, and I'm kind of skeptical on that King stuff. Don't be throwing King on your name if you're not that dude. If you're not that guy to throw those bows like that. I mean, yeah, you had some knockouts with some cab drivers and stuff like that, and delivery dudes, bro. you got to fight those dudes to be that guy. Tank can run around with it. If Tank wanted to call himself king, then Tank can call himself king. Tank can do stuff like that. You know, Ryan needs to earn that space. He needs to get there. Let me see. Yeah, Prince Ryan. Definitely. Prince Ryan. Right now, he didn't earn that. We got 49 watching. Let's get those likes up. It's definitely going to get crazy. Right now, we still at the prelims. They showed they got their gloves on. They are about to come out. They're right after this fight right here, and it's going to be something dope. Let me see a 1 in the chat if y'all think it goes the distance. Let me see a 2 in the chat if you think it's going by KO. If you're going to make him do boo-boo on himself. Ooh. Verge Brizzle. Thank you, Dead Proof. That's right. All right, Dead Proof 1. He done ducked so many fights. That's right. 2. There we go. A lot of 1s, a lot of 2s. All right. So y'all think we're going to be sitting here for a long night. I hope it's a short night. My wife cooked, man. Food ready, though. 51 in here. Let's go. Let's get those likes up. Let's do it. Hey, you new in here? Let me know what you sipping on. If you're new, let me know what you sipping on. And if you don't sip, let me know what type of water you do. Because I like Perrier. You know, I like the sparkling water myself. I like it with a little chilled, you know, with a little chill, no ice, because that defeats the purpose of having sparkling water. Don't put no ice in my sparkling water. I want it separate, unless it's sparkling ice water. That's ice. That's what's up. Let me see. King Ryan has knocked out some of the best cab drivers. Yee. Wine. Oh, who got that Fuji? C-Mac. What's going on? Tap water through a filter. That's what's up. You wild crazy. He said tap water through a filter. I give my wife tap water, she'll punch me in the nose. It'll be a situation. She'll hit me like Tank. It'll be a situation. Let me see. Hazy little thing, IPA. Ooh. Got that Half-Life water. There we go. Let me say life water. I said Half-Life. That you make from a work? Oh, you make water? Wait a second, Blade X. What are you talking about? Oh, Moet Ice. Oh, my God. Oh, wait a second, Brizzle. You got Fortuna? Oh, you know what? I'm just automatically assuming you dudes is picking Ryan. Who's picking Fortuna? Yo, who's picking Fortuna? Let me see a 1 if you picking Fortuna. Let me see a 2 if you picking Ryan. Who's picking Fortuna? Who's out here trying to get the cash grab? Let me see. He turned wine into what are you ridiculous? Uh-oh. All right. Don Sir. Oh, 1-0. Yo. You don't like Ryan because he runs. Yeah, true. He said, what kind of narcotic is he on? Go big or go home. There we go. Oh, you're an operator distilling. Oh, that's what's up. So you know water like everybody. Like you know water like no other. You probably go to water testing places too. Like, nah, your water's not up to snuff. We have to shut you down. Javier McCain, what's going on? Do I think Ryan is going to walk through Fortuna? No. Like I said, I think Fortuna is going to drop him. How he deals with it after that and gets up and stops thinking and fights, I think that's what happens. I mean, would that be the best thing for him? Yeah. Bariqua's in the house. Let's go. Also, to all my Haitians, Sapase! Mabule. What's going on? Yeah, it's a water connoisseur. I'm pretty sure he is a water connoisseur. If you work in a distillery And then you got to make sure that everything's up to snuff. I mean, please. I'm going to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Whatever job that you got, I'm pretty sure that you're going to be the best at it. So I'm going to respect it and give you that credit without even knowing it, and trust and believe. I think I always think of the best of everybody first until they show me something different. So if I give you some Perrier, you better know it's Perrier. You better not tell me it's life water. Holding you at a different standard, right? He said, hey, man, don't put that pressure on me, bro. Don't put that pressure on me, bro. I don't need that pressure like that, bro. All right, so what round we in? We in 7 of 10. Let's go. It's almost over. And then we go get to the main event, baby. Oh yeah, Rocha is definitely doing his job, jabbing his way in, shooting the right hand. He works the body pretty good. I can't lie. Vernon is just backing up. He's been backing up the whole fight. He's been in a defensive posture, throwing a jab here and there, trying to pivot off the ropes. But Rocha is working him in the sense that he's throwing overhand rights when he needs to. He's jabbing his way when he needs to, and he has a high guard. It's really, to be honest with you, I haven't saw anything that indicates that Vernon has won any rounds. I think Rocha has won all rounds, all 7 so far. I wish it would have been an early knockout so we'd have got to the main event, but it is what it is, and this is what we're going to get. Hey, how many people think Devin Haney does the rematch with Kambosos? Because remember, Kambosos was supposed to initiate the rematch clause. So how many people think Devin Haney goes back and fights Kambosos? I think Devin Haney is trying to get the fight with Tank, but that would require him to get rid of all the belts. Does Devin Haney take that position and drop all the belts to go get the lucrative fight? Because remember, when you have these belts, these sanctioning bodies take upwards of 250 grand sanctioning fees for you to fight, an amount of your purse. That's why Floyd dropped the belts. Floyd dropped the belts because he knew that him being the champion, he didn't need the belts. The belts didn't define him. He defined the belts, so he ditched the belts. That's why you can see the pedigree inside how he's promoting Tank. Tank doesn't care about belts. He got his initial belts and he's going on, but he doesn't care about belts. He cares more about the bag, and that is trained into his head. So you have to look at who's training who. Remember when Oscar was when I'm talking about training, I'm talking about not as far as training as a coach. I'm talking about mentally training him in the business, teaching him the ropes, right? When Oscar was teaching Canelo, I think Canelo learned more from Floyd than he did from Oscar. Because look how Canelo fought after he lost to Floyd, right? So he learned more from that, and he learned more about being the A side and learned more about how to use certain things to his advantage. And that's why him and Oscar separated. So, and I say that to say that how Oscar is raising Ryan Garcia up in the sport, even though they may have a little bit of differences, of course, because there has to be some form of competitive jealousy, especially if you were a former fighter and you was at the highest degree that Oscar is. But there's some admiration that Oscar has to see in his kid, because he sees a lot of himself in his kid. And I'm pretty sure he's trying to tell his kid not to fall into the pitfalls that he did. But you understand, he's a young man that needs to learn his way. I honestly think that Devin Haney drops those belts and goes and fights Tank. I would take that route. I would really ditch those belts, go fight Tank, get that bag, because win, lose, or draw, Tank doesn't care about the belts, because Tank will drop the belts anyway because he doesn't want to pay the sanctioning fees. So win, lose, or draw, you go get a rematch, right? And then you go on to the next, and then you build yourself up from there. Let's say you split those fights. I don't think Devin has enough pop to keep Tank off. I think Tank walks him down and knocks him out. I think Tank really has a heavy hand. But I think Devin has the ability to judge distance. So it'll be an interesting fight to see. Like, I would really like to see Shakur Stevenson versus Tank opposed to Haney versus Tank. I think Shakur has enough pop and has the ability to box. I think Shakur is the most dangerous out of the three because he's the total package to me. And I think Tank is the most attractive out of the three. And Devin Haney is the more workmanlike. If he had a little bit more pop in his punch, he would be the best one out of the three. But I think Shakur edges him out because the pop in the punch. Let me see. Camboso activated the rematch clause, I think, a month ago, I think. I think he did, but nobody's talked about it, right? Yeah, it has way too many championships. What happened in good old times when fighters wanted to fight everyone? That's when everybody was broke. Right now, these dudes can get 1 or 2 fights, get a couple of streams, and get a couple of things going, and they don't want that O to go. So it's more, everybody got Floyd Mayweather-itis, right? And they think that Floyd is as successful as he is because he has that O in his name, because Floyd changed the narrative. Floyd made you look at the O and made you hate the O, and you wanted him to get rid of it. So you actively rooted against him. That's when he became Money May, right? Money May made y'all look at the O like, this dude, man, I swear to God, I want him to take this loss. But when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, the O wasn't there, and you didn't care about it. The O was there, but you didn't care about it because Pretty Boy Floyd was going out and beating the brakes off of every and anybody that he can get his hands on. But when he became Money May, he became all about the bag and preserving that O. So you thought he made you look at it. He's a very shrewd business dude. And whoever was guiding him, Al Heyman and whoever, guided him the exact proper way to make y'all see something that wasn't there. And to this day, everybody wants Floyd to get that L. They give him imaginary L's. This guy beat you for 2 or 3 rounds. Oh, you was losing to Maidana. He was never losing to Maidana, right? Ever. So you have to look at the whole, in its totality, how Floyd changed the narrative in that. Let me see. Yeah, Shakur is definitely the most dangerous. The fighters of the UFC now. UFC is better than, Shakur is better than Tank. Yeah. What round? Floyd has been about the money towards the end of the 8th. Quite possibly. All right, so they about to walk out right now. Ryan Garcia is praying right now with his team right before they're about to walk out, And listen, man, that's you better pray to God before you go in to do battle, right? Whatever gods that you believe in, you better pray for safe passage in and out of that ring. One blow can change your quality of life. One blow can change your quality of life. If going upstairs is a thing anymore, if walking down a block is a thing anymore. So, quality of life, guys, definitely. All right, we got 51 watching. We got 41 in the chat. Let's hit that. Let's get that. All right, so we're at the 9th round. Rocha is running after Vernon. It is what it is. This is why I talk about DAZN. I think DAZN has terrible matchmaking. When it comes to the top fighters, they match the top fighters that they have after they exceeded their contracts, and then they put them into fight, right? So they don't have a wealth of talent, and they don't go out and fight PBC fighters, and they very rarely go out and fight ESPN top-ranked fighters, right? So a lot of times they're fighting in-house, and these fights be terribly boring early on fights. You have to say Eddie Hearn is probably making the best with a bad hand that he can do. But again, you would want Rocha to fight somebody that is a come-ahead fighter or a slick boxer that's going to stand in front of you type of thing. And they put him in there with Vernon. He is a backup boxing counterpuncher dude, and it turns into a boring fight. it turns into a fight that it's pretty much Rocha dictating pace, and Vernon backing up and throwing left hooks, right hands, and sliding and staying against the ropes, and it's not good matchmaking. You gotta, as a good matchmaker, and remember, you gotta remember style make fights. You have to put together the best fights that look. So that means you have to not just look at the names on paper. You're supposed to actually see these fighters, see their tendencies, and see how they would match and visualize a fight inside your head and matchmake them that way. I think it's, you know who's really good at that? Lou DiBella. Lou DiBella is very good at matchmaking. Remember, Lou DiBella was the one who had Andy Ruiz, and he put Andy Ruiz in there with Joshua. I think Andy Ruiz and Joshua definitely had sparks. It was definitely a matchmaker's dream, because you had a fast hand, short, prodding dude that can get in and close the gap, and you had a tall, strong boxer that can hold ground and can hurt you with a jab and definitely a right hand, and had uppercuts. So when you see them fighting, they mesh perfectly. They mesh well. Excuse me. So when you got a chance to see Joshua, Andy Ruiz too, Joshua changed up the formula and made it work for him. But that was perfect matchmaking in the sense that you were getting, you got two different styles of fights in the same individuals. Very good matchmaking. I think that Lou DiBella is a genius when it comes to stuff like that. Let me see. You missing a fight, Masha? Oh, thank you, man. Thank you for tweeting that out. All right, so we got 46 right now. We got 42 likes. That's right. We up to the last round. And then we got the main event. I do not think Ryan Garcia comes out first round and trying to blast Fortuna out. But I think Fortuna comes out and he tries to blast Ryan. I think he goes straight full Prince Ryan and he tries to take his forehead off his body. He should. He should jump on him and make him realize why he was afraid and why he ditched the fight in the first place. Excuse me. All right, so last round. These dudes getting up into the ring. They're about to, finish it off at 10 rounds. I could have told you, me, Ray Charles, and Stevie Wonder could have looked at this on paper and told you 12 rounds. And we not matchmakers. I would have definitely matched Rocha with somebody better. But again, Rocha's coming off a big win, so I guess, you give him some food to eat, and the next fight you build him up to actually be available for something else that happens next, Oh my God. You guys are in for a treat tomorrow with Iron Lords podcast. You are in for a treat. How would I think about Anthony versus Fury? I think Fury boxes Anthony Joshua's head off. I think the only person that could have beat Fury was Wilder. And think about it. Think about this, right? Think about this. And if I'm lying, I'm dying, right? Or I'm flying or whatever. If Fury gets counted out in that first fight that he got knocked out in, because if he counted, he got knocked out. He doesn't get up. He gets knocked out. He gets knocked out on a fight, right? He gets counted out. Second fight never happens. Joshua actually has so much pressure on his back that he has to fight Wilder. Wilder knocks out Joshua crazy. I think he knocks out Joshua in 2 rounds, to be honest with you. Because I think he's going to land that right hand at some point in time, and Joshua's not going to be able to stand up to it. And Joshua's his body's going to leave the building. But the fact that Fury upset the apple cart and he got the benefit of the doubt in that knockdown changed the whole trajectory. Because I think if Fury makes the comeback, he does some good. Does he stick around for any fights? Probably stick around for like 2 fights. fights King Kong Ortiz or fights Ruiz or somebody, everything is different. But being that it went the way it did, Wilder loses twice. Joshua loses twice. These dudes, and Wilder comes back at the end of this year. I think Fury is completely retired. I think after that last fight that Fury had, I think he's completely retired. I don't know. I believe he's retired. I have to double check. And then you have Anthony. Anthony is going to fight Usyk again. I think Usyk beats him worse than he beat him the first time. And I had Usyk going into that fight. The fight is over, I told you. And Rocha's winning that fight. Honestly, Fury has a style and a boxing IQ with an educated jab and a supreme right hand and knows when to throw the uppercut. The guy is so... We want him to look better. Could you imagine if Fury had the body of Joshua? How we would view him? If he had the body of Klitschko or Joshua, or Evander Holyfield, even Mike Tyson, if he had a physique that matched his IQ and his boxing ability, you would probably be talking about Fury as the greatest heavyweight that ever stepped in the ring. Visually, we will never make that same assessment because visually, he doesn't look like that. I stopped watching basketball after Carmelo left the Knicks and went to the Lakers. I'm a huge Allen Iverson fan. I was huge into basketball then. A huge Scottie Pippen fan. I love Shaq, Penny Hardaway and stuff like that. That's the golden era when basketball was actually basketball, when somebody goes to the hole and in the playoffs and you throw a forearm, Charles Oakley style, and bust their face open and teach them don't go down the hole, pause. That's when I'm a super fan. Right now, I don't know. It's too many prima donnas, too many soft touch dudes. So I don't know. I think if the Knicks can become relevant again, I'm a New York dude. So if the Knicks can become relevant again, your boy's back, son. And I think they can. If they can make this trade, get those picks out of there, and keep a couple of the people that are fundamentally what you have to build around. Because I know the roster, and I know a couple of people, and I don't want to get into a huge basketball talk that's there. But just get rid of all your picks and get this kid from Utah and start the healing back in New York. Because if you win in New York, if you win a championship in New York, I'm going to tell you this. If the Knicks win a championship in New York, LeBron would be on the next train smoking here. He would undoubtedly go down as the greatest thing that ever lived if he ever was part of a team that won a ring in New York. I mean, he's probably second to Michael Jordan only because of a couple of things, but he's second to Michael Jordan when it comes to that. But yeah, he went here, he crazy. Let me see. King, stop. No, Fury would never be considered better than Ali. If he had a body, if Fury had a body, the connotation, the marketability, the name, how you're viewing it right now. I'm not talking about as far as accolades. You got to look at his accolades too, man. Tyson Fury has a very damn good resume. Marketing wise, remember, we are a vain human species. If we can have that guy look like how we want him to look and fight like how he does, because he fights, he boxes, he fights. If you can get him to look like that, and that guy works out, man, I'm so sad that he just doesn't have, the disposition. His body is the physiology is not capable to reach, what his skill base is. If he did, the conversation is different, brother. Don't fool yourself. We are vain, obsessed people. And if he looks the part and he boxes, good God. Good. That's how. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I can say that. Ryan Garcia, has he won a belt? But he's headlining a card right now. Why? Because his boxing ability matches his looks. Don't ever forget that part. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. He said, I'll quit the gym ASAP. He went from lifting to eating. Thank you, Iron Lowe's podcast. Tyson Fury is such a technical boxing man. If he got chiseled, he'd be the GOAT. King Ali was bigger than all of these boxers without. You're looking at a different time and a different era, and you're trying to compare the two. Right? You're looking. You know what it is? You forget when Ali was the most hated. When Ali wasn't the celebrated. And I remember when Ali wasn't the celebrated and he was the hated, when Ali was jailed for his stance, right? For the stuff that his principles, his morals, stuff that people wouldn't do now, to be honest with you. So remember what I'm saying. I'm talking from being in that space. Growing up in that space, remembering when the world turned their back on Ali. You know why Frazier had the biggest problem with Ali? When the world turned their back on Ali, Joe Frazier was the one that picked him up, gave him some bread, picked him up in the living room, gave him a fight. Joe Frazier reached back for his boy. And Ali flipped on him at the press conference. That's when he was like, hey, gorilla, we in Manila. Ugh. Could you imagine that if you helped your boy out, your brother out, and your brother turned you into something? What he called Frazier was an Uncle Tom. That was so damning and so hurtful to Frazier. And in the black community, that was so damning and so hurtful. You cast a prideful champion as the villain in your story, and the world gravitated towards it. Why? Because Ali's skills and his physique fit the narrative. Don't ever forget we are a vain species, and if your skills and your physique match, brother, you are king. It happens that way. It sucks. You know who was one of the complete anomalies to that? Butterbean. Anybody remember Butterbean? A roly-poly dude that bop, bop, had no skills. Just go in there and box you, bop, bop, drop you. Yeah. He's the outlier. Because he had, without the internet, Butterbean was that guy. Yo, don't ever forget that, man. They're getting ready to come to the ring right now. Fortuna's talking about his journey to get there. Let me see. Yes, Ali talked the talk, and he was a marketing genius. You will get in the ring with Wilder, but won't get in the ring with Mike Tyson? Bro, knockout percentage-wise, either one of those dudes is going to separate you from your consciousness, and you're going to find yourself picking up everything that you had for lunch and your teeth at the same time. Both of them dudes. Look at Deontay Wilder's wildest knockouts. Yo, he punched the dude into a seizure fit. Are you crazy? Man, listen. Ali's in fourth grade decade. Yeah, I don't like that what Ali said to Joe Frazier either, man. Butterbean is still disappointed in Ali for the gorilla comments. Brother, the man has passed on. I'm not disappointed in him in anything. In that era, in that time, Ali tried to make it right with Frazier. Frazier was a prideful man, and Frazier held that in his soul all the way to the grave, man. Butterbean was the underdog always. Hell yeah, but he was knocking dudes out. Mike Tyson was so scary in his prime. Small dude, the muscles, taking out giants and stuff like that. Yo, I could tell you a story about me and Mike Tyson, but I wouldn't until somebody pays me for it, right? But me at 18 years old, my ex-girlfriend can attest to this. I was a complete savage. I was probably Superman Aaron Davis, one of my dearest friends. Go look him up. Iran Barkley, one of my dearest friends. Rest in peace, Pernell Whitaker, one of my friends. Man, listen, I was a complete savage. I would have actively fought Mike Tyson very easy. Actively fought him in his prime. Whatever, I would have went in the ring and I would have fought him actively. And if you get a chance to see Superman Aaron Davis, go ask him. You get a chance to talk to Iran Barkley, go ask him. I would have gotten in the ring with him very easy, with no problem. Because at that time, I was like, what 220, 225? Me 220, 220. Oh God, man, serious. Ryan Garcia is about to walk out right now. He's wearing a chain on his neck. This guy's ridiculous. He's a special case. Mike was never terrifying to me. Mike was never terrifying to me. Because the difference is, Mike, you're gonna get knocked out or you're gonna win, right? So once you say to yourself, and it's always a knockout, boom, oh, you out, right? Oh, and you up. You know, the person that actually scares you is that dude that beats you bloody. George Foreman, Ernie Shavers, Ali fought some serious savages, right? Ken Norton is a dude that should scare you. He has enough power to break your jaw and enough ignorance to keep you around. Ali fought with a broke jaw fighting Ken Norton. Ken Norton is a savage. That's a scary dude to fight. Mike can separate your consciousness, get you out of there. You and Mike at the club later drinking mimosas. Fine. A knockout, easy. That's gone. You gone. Mike is not terrifying. What you're terrified is waking up, looking at the ref like, what the hell happened here? That's the only thing you're terrified at. You're not terrified at Mike running down on you and hitting you. Mike is not going to beat you up. Yo, him and Razor Ruddock, the reason why Razor Ruddock looked the way Razor Ruddock was, because Razor Ruddock was too stupid to fall asleep. Excuse me. COVID. Razor Ruddock was too stupid to fall asleep, and Mike was so smart that he kept beating him. Ken Norton, yup, King. Call EA, tell him where fight night at. Nah. We looking at ESBA, something like that, whatever that boxing is, right? What's that? I thought that was Jennifer Lopez up there. I was about to say, on God, why is she at the fight? Nah, you got Sean Porter sitting there. Sean Porter looked like he's trying to become a promoter. He got on his derby hat, rolled up at the tip. Your man looking sharp as always. And they're getting ready to come outside and fight now. Okay, yo, my dude. Hip Hop. That's my guy. Hip Hop game. Yo, Hip Hop. Much respect for coming through, brother. Just like everybody here, I totally respect everybody that showed up. My man took the time out to come out and talk fight. That's what's up, man. Hip Hop was good, baby. Everybody show love to Hip Hop in the chat. This is gonna be something decent. This is gonna be something nice. I think Ryan has a lot of what he needs to win this fight, but I think Fortuna also has a lot of what he needs to test Ryan. And I'm looking at this as a test. I'm not looking at this as, Fortuna is has a 50% chance to beat him. I think Fortuna has a chance to test him. And that's what I need. I need to see him being tested. I need to see him to see if he's going to go to that next level, because Tank and Shakur and Haney is there already. They're at that next level. Is Ryan ready for this, man? And this is my hope that he's ready for this right now. So they're getting ready to walk out right now. You know, Fortuna is going to come out first. Let me see. Hip hop, that's what's up. Tank Davis versus Earl Spence needs to happen. You said Tank versus Earl Spence. Stop that, man. All right, first of all, Tank too small for Earl. Earl would punish Tank in a way that you've never seen in boxing history. Tank nice, but Earl will punish him like a savage, man. No, you mean Crawford versus Earl Spence needs to happen. Let me see. Now, I'm older. Do you think any of those guys are scary? I feel like I could beat some of them. I'll run straight with anybody. You stupid. Hip-hop gamer in the building speaks facts. Don't care about your feelings. Let it be popping, baby. Let's go. That's what's up, man. There's much love for hip-hop in there, man. That's what's up, man. Always. Crawford's going to be taken care of. But yeah, definitely, Javier. Definitely. All right, so you got Fortuna walking down. And Fortuna looks happy to be there, man. I think this is probably going to be one of Fortuna's biggest paydays. And I don't want him to look at it as a payday. I want him to look at it as an opportunity to make more money, right? That's what you always look for stepping stone fighters, right? How they looking at it? As all the mortgage and stuff is paid, I could pay off that house. Is that how he looking at it? Or is he looking at it like, man, this ain't enough. That dude shortchanged me. I want more. Is he angry? Is he angry at the fact that he got to walk out first? Is he angry that the dude was disrespecting him? That's what I want to see. I want to see if he's angry, if he's upset at being second class when it comes to the A side. Because remember, there's an A side to the record and there's a B side. And a lot of times people feel disrespected when they're the B side. And sometimes that B side put the beats upon the A side. So that's what I want to see. So right now, Fortuna is walking in, he's getting ready to get in the ring, and they're showing his highlights. And his highlights looks kind of spiffy, man. Hey, man. You know, whoever running the clips could make a dude look dope as hell. Is he a knockout artist? Nah, he's not a knockout artist. But he's a former champion, former two-time champion. So 2 times he walked to the precipice, and 2 times he came away with those belts. So 2 times he taught you exactly who the hell he was. So let's not forget, you know, Ryan Garcia ain't got no belt. He didn't have one belt. Did he get to the precipice yet? Is what he's supposed to be? Let me see. Anyone use IPTV? Nope. What's up with Wilder? Wilder should be coming soon. Pause. Errol Spence would lose to somebody when he goes up too high in weight. I honestly believe, I believe he's shacking these dudes at welterweight. And after he beats Crawford, he goes up and he fights at middleweight and or super welterweight or whatever weight class, though. The 154 weight class. He goes up to the 154, and I think they all move up. You know, you have Jamel goes up and fights at middleweight, and Jamal goes up to 168, and Spence goes up to 154, cleans out the division and tries to get all those belts, while avoiding Boots and all the other dudes that's at welterweight. And you have all the welterweight dudes like Danny Garcia and all those dudes going up to 154 and, you know, can't get out the way. Finally, we may get, what's this guy, Keith Thurman versus Spence. Finally, we might get that. That'd be dope. I would love that, but Keith Thurman needs to go up to 154 and get a belt. But he can't go up there right now, because if he goes up there right now, he has to fight Jamel. And if he fights Jamel, I think Jamel beats the hell out of Keith Thurman. So Keith Thurman has to wait until Jamel goes up and vacates the belts, and the belts are scattered. And then when Earl goes up, Earl can go start picking out belts, and Keith has to jump on whoever the weakest link is to get a belt to actually get that fight. Let me see. Ryan is only about a social media life. This is true. What happens when he does lose to Crawford? Yeah, well, hopefully you stick around. Stick around. I don't see that happening. I was probably one of the only people that had Evander Holyfield beating Mike Tyson anytime they step in the ring. If they fought 10 times a week, Evander Holyfield beat him 10 times a week. In my opinion, I'm a pretty good matchmaker when it comes to putting styles together, and his style and the mentality of the fighter is what I saw when it came to Evander Holyfield. And the fact that I'm a huge Evander Holyfield fan. Evander Holyfield is probably my greatest fighter, my greatest boxer. I've been there since he won bronze in the Olympics. I love how he fights, and he looks the part. He looks the part. You see how I go right back to being a vain human being? He looks the part. He looks like he did the work in the gym. He looks like that's something that you can back. Ryan Garcia is coming out the trumpets, y'all. He has a crown on a lion, and he's coming out King Ra. Boy, that might end bad if Fortuna beats him. Oof, that would smell stinky. He can't even do that. Yo, he put himself in such a position that he can't even lose to Fortuna, because if he lost to Fortuna, the way Tank and the rest of these dudes would clown him, oh my God, the level of depression that he would have, boy, that's what happens, man. Social media, you build yourself up to a space. Now you got to rock that space. He said spring water, agreed water. What happens when he does? Oh, okay, so you just catching up right now to martial rules. Okay. All right, so he's coming out the fireworks. He has a chain on his neck. I guess he's a rapper now. He's killing me. 45 watching, let's go. All right, so he's walking down. We're gonna get to this. We're gonna get to this right now. I wonder if they got to do the national anthem for him. All right, so the guy put his hand on his back and was like, hurry up and get to the ring, man. Cut the crap out, man. Stop playing around. Let's go. Let me see. Garcia coming out like hip-hop gamer. I was going to say that with the big chain, right? I was going to say that he got the hip-hop gamer swag. I was definitely about to say that. But look how slow he walking. Look how slow. I'm going to tell you, man. Man, a lot of times, man, I don't think he has the eagerness to get in that ring. He's standing right there. He's soaking it up. He's not walking in the ring. He's actually stopped walking. He's putting his hands up. He's smiling to people. I hope to God he's not having a panic attack. He's at the top rope, man. Did he have a crazy interest? Yeah, he's having a situation happen right now that's kind of weird. Kind of weird for me. I mean, the last time I saw somebody do that was probably Prince Nassim Hamed when he was at the Garden, and you know, he stopped and he waves his hand. But that's a Prince Nassim Hamed thing, you know. Other than when he came in on the carpet, and I'm not talking about the time when he was fighting this guy when he came in on the magic carpet. I'm talking about the time when, you know, because he fought in the Garden a couple of times, when he just come through and he stands at the top of the rope and he does that. But Ryan Garcia wasn't at the top of the rope. He was at probably 10 feet away from the steps where he just stopped walking. And that was just kind of weird to me. I don't know. I know Fortuna right now is here to work. Ryan looks bone dry. All right, now, when you're saying somebody looks bone dry, that means was they working in the background, getting a sweat going, and that's necessary because you get your muscles limber, you get your reactionary time going. You don't want to actually walk into a athletic event cold, because you could pop a hamstring, you could twist something, you could pull a muscle, anything can happen, right? And mentally, you want to be warmed up. It's like you jumping in your car. I'm pretty sure that you'll hit the remote start on your car before you jump inside your car, and you let your car heat up before you actually drive off. Now, not very rarely do you want to jump in your car and do a cold start. Anything can happen. You get down the street, pop a hose or something like that, right? So, I don't know, man. Ryan Garcia doesn't look sweaty. He doesn't look warmed up. Fortuna still has on his shirt, and under the shirt looks a little bit wet. So, pause. He's taking his shirt off right now. I don't know. Fortuna looks nice. 37 and 3 with 26 KOs, 1 no decision, 1 draw. Okay. Good, definitely good record. I waited for this Fortuna fight for a minute because the first time that they were supposed to fight, I waited for this fight. And now that we do get the fight, I actually get a chance to see them in the ring and see what was going on with Ryan at that period of time. Let me see. What's good, everyone? Hope all is well. What's going on? Dip Down Games and Anime. What's going on? Facts. Every person on IFP don't come into the debates bone dry on Sunday. Pause. That's a fact. I'll be coming in wet. Pause. Ryan Garcia right there. Good. We're not getting the whole national anthem. We're not getting none of that stuff. See, he's getting sponsored by Du Jour. You got to really follow how vain we are as a species. That's why. Yeah, you got to be consistent with the pause, man. You can't be out here willy-nilly with the lingo and don't throw a pause behind that. You know, you never know what a dude's mind is at, man. You got to yell out pause, man. Dudes be out here, thinking things. You got to shut that down. Nah, bruh, put that back. I'm from New York. We do that here. Pause. Let's go. We outside. All right, so round 1. Here we go. We get ready to start. Bell's about to ding, get it. All right, everybody right now, you take a sip. Oh, man, to see where it be. Where it be is a Fortuna. First round, he showed his yellow mouthpiece. Fortuna kicking the ground like he's a bull ready to charge. This is Joy the Supercharge. Ryan right there, he looks ready. Got the mouthpiece in, white mouthpiece. Fortuna revving up like a car or something. He ready to run that though, boy. All right, round 1. Fortuna's a southpaw. Everybody knows that. All right, Ryan Garcia's throwing out a jab. He's sticking the jab in. Fortuna throws the jab under Ryan's rib. Ryan is sticking the jab, and Fortuna face tries a short left hook over the top. And Ryan is throwing a jab. Fortuna's blocking. He slipped under the punches. Ryan is throwing a left hook. He's trying to catch him with a left hook early. All right. Oh, straight right hand from Garcia. All right. Garcia shoots a straight right hand. That's what's up. Left hook. He's trying to keep him worried about that left hook. He went to the body with the left hook. Garcia is showing good distance. I don't like the fact that he's locking his knees in the middle of the ring. Fortuna is moving, giving him angles, left and right, showing a lot of footwork. Throws a right hand at Garcia, which is blocked. Ryan goes back to the jab. All right, Fortuna goes over the top with his jab. They're back there. All right, so left hook by Ryan Garcia is partially blocked. Right hand is partially blocked by Fortuna. They're back in the center of the ring. You see Garcia and you see Fortuna in the center of the ring. Fortuna's trying to find the angle inside, but Ryan is throwing straight right hands. All right, he hits Garcia over the top of the head, and he's trying to stalk him. All right, he catches Garcia with a left hook to the face. Garcia backs up. Fortuna is holding him, and now they got separated. They're back into the center of the ring. Straight right hand from Garcia looks very nice. Straight right hand, he understands what's working. He throws it 4 times. All right, he has to go back to the jab. All right, Fortuna has Ryan Garcia up against the ropes. Ryan is holding. They get separated right now. Again, the referee warns him for hitting Garcia behind the head. Garcia goes back to feinting right hand, and he throws the right hand because that's what he's having the most success with is the right hand. So he's going to throw it a lot. He's in his own head right now by throwing that right hand so much. Go right back to the jab, but he doesn't. All right, so you have Fortuna that is back in the center of the ring, both of them, Jab by Ryan. Ryan is smart, shooting a jab. Fortuna is dancing, moving from left to right, giving them angles. Again, you got 30 seconds in the round, and Garcia is landing a lot of right hands in the first round. And he keeps shooting the right hand because that's his most successful punch right now. While he did try to land a left hook right now, it was unsuccessful. Fortuna looks like he's going to land something, and he keeps throwing heavy shots at Garcia. Garcia backs up, doesn't get hit with those shots, and you have Ryan again standing there. Fortuna just wants to get out of the first round, and it looks like he is round one over. I give that to Garcia. Garcia landed a lot of clean right hands. Fortuna did land a couple of good shots, like a sweeping left hook that he did land over the top that got Ryan up against the ropes that made him grab. But I see how Ryan is going to play this. He's using the punches that actually do connect and actually work because he's trying to give Fortuna something to think about and something to know. Danny Terrio's in there. Stephen A. Smith was going on. That's right. A lot of stuff happening. Damn, King. You way behind me. Pause. That's nasty. You nasty. That's because you watching it in a different situation, sir. I don't know how you watching it, but I'm watching it from actual the zone now. It could be after the situation happened with we had to connect the stream and do that other stuff. I don't know. We got 50 watching right now. Let's go. So they're back to jabbing. They're back in the center of the ring. All right, they both jabbing now. So Fortuna has a high guard, and he's throwing punches to Ryan's stomach. He throws, left hook by Garcia. That's nice. Fortuna backs up and moves over to the side. He resets, and he hits Garcia with a jab. Fortuna is moving from left to right, and he's not stalking anymore. Okay. Ryan is not throwing any punches, but he's just stalking. He's trying to land a left hook from outside. I guess he's giving him something to think about other than the right hand. Fortuna throws a right hand, and he misses. All right, so Fortuna is jabbing. All right, Ryan Garcia goes back to his jab. He's high guarding. He's jabbing. He's jabbing. He's shooting the right hand. He's using exactly what works. Remember, Fortuna is a southpaw, so Ryan Garcia knows that the right hand works on southpaws. He's throwing it straight down the pipe. He's jabbing, and he's shooting the right hand. Left hook over the top from Garcia as he shoots the right hand. He's measuring Fortuna with the jab, and Fortuna catches Ryan Garcia. Oh, nice short left hook from Garcia, and they hold. They're broken up by the referee. They're back in the center of the ring. Good jab. Good jab by Garcia. Good jab by Garcia. He's in the center of the ring. Okay, they both have high guard right now. And Ryan went for the left hook right hand combo. It missed. All right, and Fortuna went for the left to the face. That missed. Remember, Fortuna is a southpaw, so he's in a long lock-kneed jab type of position, and Garcia is jabbing. It's pretty good. He has a decent educated jab right now, and he's keeping this guy at his distance. He tried to throw a left hook right hand. He's letting Garcia get comfortable. Fortuna is. All right, they're broken up by the referee, and they're back in the center of the ring. All right, so Garcia is jabbing again. You have 30 seconds left in the round. And Fortuna is jabbing. He's no longer trying to come inside. He paused. He shoots the right hand, and Garcia has him reset. Garcia is stalking him. Fortuna is feinting. Nothing much is happening right now. And Garcia tries to land a left hook from a distance where Fortuna easily steps out of the way. And we have a close to round two. Again, round two went pretty much as round one, with a lot less of right hands from Garcia. I give Garcia the second round as well. He's starting to get comfortable now because he's throwing 3 shots. He's missing all 3 shots. But the fact that he's throwing 3 shots means that he's trying to actually capitalize on something that he can see inside Fortuna. I think Fortuna needs to have more aggression. He's having too little aggression when it comes to this fight. And he needs to step on the gas, and he needs to paralyze Ryan with fear. He needs to have him overthink. That means he needs to make him hesitate with the shots, and he's not doing that right now. Oh, what's going on, Wolf? Let me see. He said, when I'm getting the DAZN contract, whenever DAZN looks at the stream, it says, I need that guy. All right, let's go. Never above the bag, baby. All right, let's go. All right, so Ryan Garcia is throwing the right hand. All right, and all right, sharp right hands coming out of his repertoire. It's really good. See, because he towers over Fortuna, so he should be able to throw the jab and right hand and land him with regularity. But he's not. He's absolutely not. So we got Ryan Garcia stalking him again, but he's following. He needs to learn how to trap a boxer, and he doesn't know how to trap. He's a counter puncher, and he doesn't know how to stalk, and that's the problem. And he has to learn. I think he would have stayed with Eddie Reynoso. He would have learned how to stalk better. Left hook over the top from Garcia, and Fortuna is in a high guard. He throws. Garcia throws a 1-2-3. All 3 was blocked as Fortuna steps away and resets the whole fight. Fortuna is jabbing idly in the air just to give Garcia something to think about, while Garcia is trying to set up a right hand, which he does land right there. So the right hand is touching Fortuna. And anytime Fortuna does go to leap in, Ryan does a measuring stick with his jab. So 1-2-3, and then he does a 4 to the body. Garcia does. Fortuna back is up against the ropes, while now they're in a clinch, and the referee breaks him up. Back to the center of the ring. Ryan goes right back to stalking Fortuna, and he has throws a left hook, which is partially blocked. Garcia is back in a defensive position as far as high guard. He's using high guard and shooting right hands through the high guard in order to frustrate Fortuna, to get Fortuna to open up. Fortuna is not doing. Fortuna is going left to right laterally without actually moving his feet at the moment right now. Pretty decent third round. Good right hand from Fortuna that catches Ryan Garcia off guard. I guess he was setting that up for the last 2 rounds. And he's trying to go in and land shots on Garcia, but Garcia slips all 4 shots in the center of the ring. Pretty decent. Garcia's trying to land the right hand, and he's sticking out the jab for the left hook. 30 seconds left in the fight. 20 seconds left in the fight. You have Garcia still stalking Fortuna. All right. I mean, in the round. I said in the fight, right? Yeah, in the round. And 10 seconds left. Fortuna is surviving yet again for another round. He's fainting. He's jabbing. He's fainting. And round is over. Again, it's pretty much the same thing that's happened in the last 2 rounds, but Garcia needs to learn how to trap him off. So what he needs to do is he needs to use his lead foot to step on the outside and shoot a right hand to guide him into his left hook. What he's doing is when he shoots the right hand, his lead foot is not outside of Fortuna's foot. That's what he needs to establish. He needs to establish the feet battle first and then shoot the right hand to bring him into play of the left hook, if that's the money punch that he wants to land. He needs to learn how to do so, and I don't think they're teaching him exactly how it's supposed to be done. Yeah, great matchup so far. That's what's up. Let's see exactly what's going on right now. Ryan Garcia is up before Fortuna, and he really needs to work a little bit harder on cutting that ring off, because he's not cutting the ring off like he's supposed to. This level of the game, you're supposed to be able to cut the ring off, and he's not. Ryan can't go into stalker mode because he's too busy being a counterpuncher. He's a boxer counterpuncher, and he has to take the lead right now and get Fortuna, and I think that is frustrating him in some form or fashion right now, because I guess he expected Fortuna to attack him, and Fortuna is not attacking him in the manner that he wants him to attack him. All right, so we have right now Fortuna actually throwing the jab, Ryan Garcia actually shooting the jab over the top, high guard. Nothing is being landed from Fortuna, to be honest with you. He's resetting, and they need to actually mix it up a little bit more. Ryan Garcia is trying to land a right hand, and Garcia throws a right to the body. Left hook that actually land. Right hand. Right now, all right. So now he catches Fortuna, and Fortuna catches him back because Ryan started to open up because he thought he had Fortuna. All right, so he's throwing the right hand through his guard, and he's catching. He has Fortuna up against the ropes. The right hand is breaking Fortuna's guard, and he throws a left hook to the body and drops Fortuna. He drops Fortuna with a left hook to the body, which is a nice shot. He set him up pretty well. Fortuna is taking it. He spit his mouthpiece out to give himself more time. Smart move, veteran move. Smart move, veteran move. That was a nice body shot. Definitely something good. He told him watch it. The referee, they're back in the middle of the ring with 1:23 left. Fortuna, Ryan immediately goes back to the body. Fortuna is moving. Garcia is standing there. He's not exactly tacking. Fortuna is feinting, moving from left to right, hands down to his waist, and he's moving. He's trying to throw a 1-2-3. He's giving Garcia something to hit, but Garcia is actually not doing anything. Fortuna actually is doing more of the work right now ever since he got dropped, with his hands down to his waist, coming at Garcia. It's very unorthodox right now when he's doing this, Fortuna is, and Garcia now puts his jab up and puts his hands and his guard up actually to stop Fortuna, but Fortuna is actually fighting with his hands down to his waist, to be honest with you, past his boxing line on his shorts. All right, so Fortuna is moving from left to right, and Garcia is jabbing, trying to land a left hook, and is 20 seconds left in a round, and Garcia goes back to the left, to the body, and Fortuna catches Garcia with a straight right. Left hook from Garcia, and right hand left hook from Garcia. Garcia's speed is actually becoming a factor in this round, and I think actually Garcia has actually established himself as a dominant factor in this round. So the left hook to the body was beautifully delivered by disguising it from the right hand. And then he slid inside and threw the left to the liver, caught Fortuna, and we got Devin Haney at the fight right now. This is the stuff that fight gods do. They go and they sit there at your fight and they tell you, I want you next. Beautiful stuff to see Devin Haney there. Left hook, beautiful to the body of Fortuna. Didn't see it coming. Dropped him. A delayed shot. Let me see. Down goes anime. I'm not only a podcaster, I'm a member of the community. Love watching the shows as much as I love being on them. That's what's up. What's up, King? I know nothing about boxing analysts, but I enjoy your commentary. Thank you so much, Chosen One. I appreciate that so much. Try very hard. All right, so they're back in the center of the ring. Ryan Garcia is throwing jabs and right hands. Ryan Garcia is warmed up now. And this is what I was talking about. If he was warm from the round one, we could have got this from round one. Also, Fortuna is actually out there meeting him head on, high guard. Shorter guy, probably weighs less than Garcia. And in the speed realm, I think Garcia is light years ahead of him. So Ryan is throwing left hooks and right hands. He's being more of Ryan Garcia. This is what I expected to see from him. This right here, this is exactly what he's supposed to be throwing. All right, so Fortuna throws right hand over the top, and Garcia throws a straight jab, right hand down the middle. Nice right hand, straight down the middle. All right, here we go. Fortuna is eating right hands from Garcia. Garcia understands that the left to the body will come later if he keeps landing the straight right hands. Oh, Fortuna catches him, and he get caught by another left hook from Ryan Garcia, and down goes Fortuna. Very fast, very quick. It was a shadow punch that I didn't see coming. Fortuna didn't either. So when Fortuna gets hurt, he puts his hands down low and he goes for broke. I like this dude. I think Fortuna is a great measuring stick to Ryan Garcia, and this is good. This is something good that can happen. Ryan Garcia is throwing right hands and left hooks, and he's missing the left hook. The left hook is missing by milli-inches. If that's a thing, that's a measurement, right? Okay, straight right hand. Oh, he catches Ryan Garcia with a left hook. Ryan Garcia stumbles back. Beautiful shot. I said a left hook is a right hook. Sorry, he's a southpaw. My bad. All right, and Garcia catches his balance and throws a 1-2. He goes right back to the right hand. Ryan Garcia's, his left ear is red from Fortuna landing that shot. And he goes back to landing stiff, straight right hands. Nice jab from Garcia. Garcia slowed down his pace a little bit after that shot that he took. He's still stalking Fortuna, but Fortuna is moving from side to side. We got 23 seconds left in the round, and we have Garcia doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Jab and get Fortuna into position. He should slide up on him, put his left foot on the outside of Fortuna, and shoot the right hand to keep him in position, freeze him in place, and throw the left to the body, but he's not doing so. And this is what I would tell him to do. Nice jab. Round is over. Drop Fortuna again. Another 10-8 round. Right now, Fortuna is down huge. He's down every round he lost, to be honest with you. And 2 of those rounds he lost by 2 points. So it's very, very, very tenuous right now for Fortuna. Let me see. Thank you, Naeem. Yo, you could tell BK that he is in his bag, how he's moving his hands. Like I love when a boxer throws a punch and they do this. You understand? They feel it. They feel it within his body. You see when his confidence is at its highest, how Garcia's swag is. And that's when he's not in his head. That's what I tell you. I want him out of his head. Pause. I want him to actually fight without thinking. All right, so here we go. So right now, there's a lot of cap going on with these announcers. Fortuna came out charging at Garcia. He's trying to back Garcia up right now. This is round 6. And Garcia is standing his ground, throwing a jab. And he left hook. And he drops Fortuna. Now, I told you, Ryan Garcia is a natural counterpuncher. Fortuna attacked him, and he spits out his mouthpiece again. Fight is over. That's it. 6th round. Garcia knockout. Soon as Fortuna attacked, Ryan Garcia was able to stand his ground, throw a 1-2, and throw that 3 over the top. That left hook was exactly what he was trying to land, but being that he is not an actual stalker, he is a counter-puncher boxer because he wants you to come to him so he can give you his offense. That's when he actually exploded and showed you, exactly everything that he had to offer. That was exactly what I wanted to see from him. That's what I needed to see from him. Fortuna pushed him in certain areas that he wasn't comfortable in, and I think Ryan needs to get out of his head. I think this is the confidence builder that he needs to go and take one of those big fights. Is he ready for somebody like Tank? I don't think so. Is he ready for somebody like Devin Haney? I don't think Devin Haney punches hard enough to keep Garcia off of him, but at the same time, I think Devin Haney is slick enough to actually make Garcia have pause, to not to have trepidation in trying to stalk Devin Haney. Shakur Stevenson if he was to go up to Garcia's weight class, I think he would dominate Garcia. I think Garcia does have the ability to make it a really good fight. But to be honest with you, I give that was when he landed that 1, 2, 3, like I said, when Fortuna actually decided to push the narrative forward. That was a terrific fight. I got to say thank you, all 50 people, for showing up. You know, I think we had, the highest? We had 60 people in here. That was dope. Listen, again, 75 likes. Share it out. Send it to everybody. Let me see who else is in there. Happy K. Asante, that's also I'm happy to have come across the community. Thank you, man. That's what's up. Thank you. Thank you for even rocking with me, man. And to doing this with my passion. But understand, us at ILP, everything we're going to do, we're going to try to do it at the highest level. Soon, you guys are going to be able to call in. Like I said, y'all can hit the Cash App if y'all want to, you know, hit off a little donation or whatever y'all want to do. That's what's up. But the call-in feature is going to be lit. You guys are going to be able to call in. We're going to be able to interact. I know we had a little hiccup earlier, but we got right back to it. And just like true boxes, we get knocked down, we get up, and we give back everything that we're trying to accomplish. Yeah, now everything else Ryan Garcia is about to do is cap. You know, he's going to be calling out people. He's going to be telling people that he conquered the universe. But this was a huge stepping stone in his future. We're going to be definitely covering the Jake Paul fight, Hasim Rahman Jr. fight. We have Jamal Charlo. We have a couple of fights coming up. So remember, Saturdays, 10 p.m., the King goes in. Combat Talk with the King. New merch coming to the ILP stores. So, hit the Teespring up. We're going to have new merch there. See y'all tomorrow, 1 p.m., ILP. I got a lot of smoke, man. Y'all going to like this one. You're going to like this ILP. It's crazy. But God bless. Good night. Everybody stay safe. If you're drinking, don't drive. All right? Understand, if you're drinking, don't drive. Have a designated driver at all times. All right? I'm drinking in the safety of my home. I'm not going outside. So listen, if you're drinking, don't drive. All right? Please practice safety at all times. God bless. I want to see y'all all tomorrow at ILP. Y'all have a great night, man. Thank y'all for